Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have our Saturday night's main event predictions once again. This is the second to last Saturday night's main event until we get to the John Cena farewell retirement match night. And yeah, this card isn't built up to be something that's incredible, but this is something that is kind of a common theme with the Saturday night's main event. There's usually one big match, and there is that on this show. But yeah, there's a few good matches on here. But what's the feelings going into the show?
Yeah, I mean, we got 3 world title matches going into this, so I mean, that's always going to be an exciting thing. Obviously, on SmackDown, maybe we get a 5th match snuck into here, but this looks to be probably what'll be the final card here.
Yeah, let's get things started with one of the big ones, and that is the Women's World Champion on the line, where Tiffany Stratton puts her belt up against the new heel, Jade Cargill. Who do you think walks out as the world champion?
Yeah, I think it probably makes the most sense just to let Jade win here. You know, she had the big heel turn on this past SmackDown, and that's something that I feel like she probably needed. I feel like her character sort of hit a peak. Like, it almost hit a ceiling as far as how much the fans were going to get behind her. And no matter what she did as a babyface, that people are never going to get behind her more. And this is something to kind of gather more people behind her and let something interesting happen. Because obviously you could have let Jade Cargill win in the past. I believe we thought she was going to win at the Saudi show or something of that. But she didn't do it, and I feel like that was probably why. Maybe they thought that the fan interaction wouldn't be there. They don't really like how it was going. But if you turn her heel, you let her, work on that side of things. I feel like that's a whole new side of Jade Cargill that we haven't explored yet. This could be really good for her and for Tiffany to have someone to really bounce off of as a heel.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of things that you said there, and I will agree as well that I do think Jade walks out as the world champion. Yeah, I feel like this is about the time, like you said. It felt like last time she definitely could have won it, but maybe they did have this, a little bit more planned out where they think a heel turn maybe might help things a little bit more. But also, I think another reason why they may have delayed the Jade win is for maybe to Bianca Belair get a little bit healthier. Maybe she's a little bit closer to returning now, and on a night that doesn't have nothing too crazy going to happen. Maybe a Bianca Belair return can kind of shake things up a little bit. It'll be a big moment that will get talked about for the next few nights. And yeah, I think that could be something good and something that you'll probably want to build into going into Mania or into the Royal Rumble season. So yeah, I think this match could be fairly well, and just hope Jade gets the win here now. Kind of feels like the end of Tiffany's reign as well. So yeah, hopefully Jade does get the belt off of her.
Yeah.
And next up, let's go to the Intercontinental Champion, where Dominic Mysterio kind of pulled the unlucky straw. He tried to interfere in the Penta and Rusev, where they had a #1 contenders match, but he had an El Grande and his goons take out Penta and Rusev to get a no DQ. But it is now a triple threat between Dom, Penta, and Rusev. Who do you got?
Yeah, I think this is kind of a tricky one because earlier in that same Raw, we also seen the Judgment Day sort of turn their back on Dominic, where they said they're not going to have his back and whatever happens is going to happen. So it's kind of going to be interesting to see if he can pull this one off. I'm kind of thinking that he won't, though. The only problem is I don't know who it'll go to. If I had to make my choice of who I would pick, I would say Penta. So I guess that's what I'm going to pick here. I think Penta is going to be our new Intercontinental Champion come Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, it does feel like Dom will lose this match. However, I feel like this might be what they want you to think. They kind of feel like, oh, the numbers aren't his advantage this time. The Judgment Day is against them now, so this is probably where he loses. But I think they'll kind of keep it going for a little bit longer with this IC champion until they build like a real contender or build it up into a singles match, maybe at War Games, maybe. But yeah, I do think Dom retains here. I think this match could be very good, could be easily match of the night, and I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I think we will see Dom hold that belt for a little bit longer.
Okay.
And then next up for the Undisputed WWE Championship, we have a rematch, and that is Cody Rhodes going up against Drew McIntyre. Who do you got for this one?
Yeah, this is sort of a tricky one because, there could be a Cody Rhodes heel turn. It could be Randy Orton coming in and getting involved to some degree and him doing the heel turn. It could be a lot of things going on. Drew McIntyre is a perfect person to kind of do like a kind of maybe a double turn. That's kind of what I'm going to predict on this night is Cody Rhodes turns heel, turning Drew McIntyre face, and we kind of start seeing the start of that. But I will have Drew McIntyre win, I guess. I'm picking a lot of new champions here, so it doesn't seem realistic too much. But I will stick with my pick, and I will go with Drew McIntyre, even though there's a lot of titles changing over in WWE in this past month or so.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre's odds of winning are very weird just because he's the type of guy who it would be believable for him to just win, and I wouldn't be surprised. However, with how things have gone as of late, it feels like he's not really going to win. He doesn't really feel like a believable champion right here. But I don't know, it is tough. I will still go with Cody Rhodes because I think if they were to give Drew the belt, it would probably be on a bigger stage, or obviously maybe not a Mania, but I do think it would happen on a better show than a Saturday Night's Main Event. But yeah, I think this match again could be another sneaky, really good one. I think this could be if Drew were to win this match, I think this match could be even better than a lot of people's expectations. But yeah, I do think Cody walks out as champion, just because, like I said, Drew doesn't feel built up enough for this match. And then now for what I would presume would be the main event, it is for the vacant World Heavyweight Champion. It was supposed to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins' injury has caused him to vacate it, and it will now be CM Punk versus the Battle Royale winner last week, Jey Uso, who you got being a two-time World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, for this one, I'm going to go with nobody. I think this is going to be, I think it's either going to be Jey Uso or just no one's going to win it. It's going to stay vacant due to disqualification or something of that nature. I think it's too, you don't want to put the belt on CM Punk right now because you don't want to put it on a Saturday Night's Main Event. This is going to be a big thing. You know, you had the chance with Gunther and then the cash-in happened, so you don't want to let this happen at a Saturday Night Main Event, really. And you probably want to just wait for a better moment to kind of crown CM Punk champion. And then as far as Jey Uso, he has an interesting storyline going on right now as far as his split from his brother, and he's acting like Roman, and there's a lot of interactions with him and LA Knight going on. So there's a lot of storylines involving Jey Uso right now, and I feel like it would be best if he did win, unfortunately. But I don't think that anyone will win. I do think that it will be a DQ of some sort, whether it be from Braun Breaker, Jimmy Uso, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman. There's a lot of people who could come into this, even LA Knight himself.
Yeah, this one is a little bit tricky. I do see the routes for either man to win. I think if you have Jey Uso win, it feels like they're going to do a Jey versus Jimmy rematch. Whether that lasts all the way till Mania, I don't know, but I kind of hope not. Obviously, the last one didn't perform very well. I think everybody kind of is over this now, but also, if CM Punk were to win, obviously when that Seth Rollins return does happen, whether that's closer to Mania or after Mania even, I think that is just something that's just set up nicely for that, to kind of be their maybe final match between the two, but who knows how that will keep going on for. But yeah, I will go with CM Punk to win just because I'd rather CM Punk be the champion right now instead of Jey Uso. There's a lot better matches you can put on with CM Punk as world champion, and yeah, I think Jey Uso, Jimmy feud could be done without belt. Same thing with a Jey Uso and Roman Reigns feud, because that also seems like it's on the horizon once Roman is on the way back to returning. But yeah, I think Punk walks out as champion, and yeah, we're gonna get a new champion, a two-time world heavyweight champion, so should be a pretty interesting match at the very least.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the most interesting match as far as storyline reasons go, because obviously, you know, if Jey Uso wins, that could set up a potential him and Jimmy feud, which is already being teased a lot. So I think, and I am sort of interested in that. I would like to see them sort of make up for that WrestleMania match. Everyone knows that was a very bad match and boring match and everything. So even though it was bad, I would kind of like to see a repeat of that just to kind of give them another chance to, like I said, just make up for it and show that they're way better than having a super kick fest on a big stage like WrestleMania. But obviously, I wouldn't necessarily want that match out of WrestleMania again. I think we kind of calmed our expectations down for that match a little bit. But yeah, this is a very interesting storyline, and I think Roman Reigns coming into this match could very well happen here because he has obviously a history with CM Punk. It's been rumored that he could join the War Games with CM Punk to some degree as part of their team. So I guess we'll see what happens on this Saturday.
Yeah, what match are you looking most forward to though?
As far as match quality, I think Dominic, Penta, and Rusev could be very, very good. We've seen teasers of Penta and Rusev this Monday, and I think throwing in Dominic to throw in a little bit of heel comedy, throwing a little bit of lucha style in there as well. I think a very good outcome could come from this match, almost no matter who wins this one.
Yeah. But that will do it for our Saturday night's main event predictions. Let us know what you guys think about our predictions down in the comments below, but also let us know yours as well. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we will see you guys in the next one.